And welcome back. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Grade A Power Plays on the Grade A Fantasy Channel. This is your boy, Grade A. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday. If you have plans this weekend, hopefully you get out of work early to get to them as soon as possible. If not, hopefully you get home safe and just get right on that couch or bed and relax this weekend, besides your typical weekend errands that you have to run. Let's go over yesterday's slate. Well, it was a little rough for me in the beginning besides a few things. Luckily, I did put in this round robin in. The San Jose Sharks, which were my biggest odds, were right there. Once again, it was another 4-3 overtime loss. It was so close. And then, of course, I did it by 3s and 2s. So, like I said, once I won 3, I was going to have a decent day. And then, obviously, none of this stuff hit. A lot of the lower line people scored. And obviously right there, I got the Lane Hudson assist. Not a lot of power plays, really. And then, if I'm not mistaken, yes, Fantilli Marchenko saved me with a open net goal. Let's just get into it. Today, we're going to focus on one day, and we're going to focus on the two cover boys that's on the front. Let's start there. These are my NASCAR picks. We'll get to that on the next video. That will be recorded and posted later. So let's get right to it. Obviously, we all know there's absolutely no value in taking Martin Nate, the two new powerhouse teammates of Necas and MacKinnon, the fastest line in the NHL, for a point. So we're going to have to go with the 2 points. I currently got it early this morning. Around 190 for Necas, MacKinnon for plus 100. So you're doubling your money there. And then I comboed it just in case for a nice 250 plus 257. Yes, it's a lot of work for not a lot. But what I decided to do is get a little chasey with it and make it a little interesting tonight. I'm expecting an onslaught from Colorado. They are going against, once again, a 70.9% penalty kill. This is the second time in, I think, 2 months. This is the second time in 2 months, if I'm not mistaken, that they're facing Minnesota. A 6-1 beatdown on Gustafsson, who should be the goalie tonight, and then a 3-1 loss at home later that month in January to Marc-Andre Fleury. But the most important thing is, guess what? That's the previous version of the Avalanche, because after that 3-1 loss at home, 9 days later, that's when they got Necas through trade for Mikko Rantanen. So ever since he's gotten there, Necas has 4 goals, 8 assists since the trade. So I definitely, and basically it's a 2-1. It's basically double up on his goals. Whatever. Can he shoot? Yeah, can, but he's more of an assist guy to MacKinnon. So I definitely like him for 2 assists. That will definitely go with the 2 points. As you can see, it's correlated there. Most importantly, MacKinnon should have, the ability to go against weaker matchups. So once again, Minnesota still dinged up a bit in the defenseman part. But now both Ek and Kaprizov are both out. So they lose some defensive forwards there. Plus, it's not the best penalty kill. They're one of the lower penalty kills in the league. They're on the bottom half in penalty minutes. They're 19th in the league currently with 464. But they do commit enough penalties where they're going to give the Avalanche 2, maybe 3 chances. So both MacKinnon, Necas singles, they're both plus money. Parlay 257. I do like Necas for 2 assists. He has his days where he does have 2 assists and just assist MacKinnon and Lehkonen. Plus, once again, I do feel they'll have enough opportunity to at least get 1 power play in. And then, of course, you'll be looking for the 5-on-5 with Necas. And just to get a little spicy, Necas, 3 assists. I'm expecting a beatdown on the way. Necas, 3 assists for plus 1,400. We'll take a look at the market in a bit. Valery Nichushkin is also a good pick for shots on goal. I don't know if this is going to be plus 112 like how it was. Nichushkin came in. It was his first game in forever. And what did he do? Nichushkin, 5 shots, 2 misses. So, once again, Kaprizov out. Joe Eriksson out. So you got to bring more people up. Fine defensive team, but guess what? When you get 2 injuries like that, they can't stop everybody. So And I mean, they're going to have to allow the shots to generate somehow. And then being at home, he's the second line. More than likely, they're probably going to give him either middle six matchups, which is weaker without a Joe Eriksson, because now you can't keep Joe Eriksson on that second line, and he's gone. So they have to move a couple people up from like the third lines to the second, and maybe from second to the first. So offensively, they should be able to dominate. So I like Nichushkin plus the plus 112. What's funny is I actually went on DraftKings and actually took this parlay. It's $257 on FanDuel. When I took it, it was $340 on DraftKings. So definitely something worth taking there. And then of course I separately took each one of them for their point. For 2 points. Like I said, it's just like on DraftKings, no market for 1 point. Necas is, as you can see, is plus 190 here. For the 2 points, Necas is 175, and MacKinnon was plus 105. So a little bit of less and a little bit of plus there. But what was weird was for the assists, Necas 2 assists is plus 400, so about the same. But the 3 assists, if you wanted to, try and go there, the 3 assists is plus 950 on DraftKings. I got it plus 1400. So if we're expecting the typical Colorado beatdown, let's say, and we already know how Colorado could get at home. We're not talking about beatdown 4-1. No, we know Colorado has the tendency and the capability of doing what they did to Minnesota on the road and doing it at home, especially with this new iteration, because this is the first time the Wild have played the Avalanche twice, but this is the third game, but first time they're going to see that speed of Necas with that diminished team defense. So 6-1 early January, and yes, they kind of sputtered a bit coming out of the Four Nations break, but right before the Four Nations break, they had 3 games of 5. Then they have a victory against Edmonton after when they came back 5-4, and then they just came back and beat New Jersey 5-1. So, and before the Edmonton game, I think that was before the break because they had 3 games already: Nashville, St. Louis, Edmonton, and Calgary. They scored 4, and then they scored 4 and 5 back to back against Edmonton and Calgary pre-break, and then their last game at home they just beat New Jersey 5-1. So, being at home, well rested, they should be able to blow out the competition, which gives that top line plenty of chances to try and score as much as they can. If there's anything else that's probably worth the risk, what I possibly like, if we could get to this game right here, because I was looking at it. Now on FanDuel you can parlay 2 points, which is why I was able to parlay MacKinnon Makar. I don't remember what it was for 3 points on DraftKings, but you can't parlay. You could add it as a parlay with other stuff. So if you think, like, let's say MacKinnon's going to score 3 points, MacKinnon 3 points is plus 300. It's okay, but it's still not the best odds for 3 points. No, that's basically 100 a point, but it's basically 100 a point because MacKinnon for, well, it's not even. MacKinnon for 2 points is plus 100. So I don't really think, if anything, if Necas decides to actually score one, and let's say Avalanche only get to like 4 or 5 goals, they don't really route these guys 6-1, 7-2, or 6-3, something like that, then if anything, I might just in case to cover my ass, because Necas can score and he does shoot. Like I said, for every goal, it's 2 assists. 4 goals and 8 assists since the trade. So Martin Necas, if anything that I would like to add, it will probably be 3 points for Martin Necas plus 600. The power play stuff, not really much of a market, guys. I know I like to give some power plays, but I'm getting better odds on points. MacKinnon for 2 points is plus 100, and him for a power play is plus 130. Makar plus 170. Like, you literally got to go through 3 players before you even touch 200. And the only person that I would touch would possibly be Jonathan Drouin plus 270. So I'm still thinking about it, and maybe Lehkonen plus 330, because, like I said, that top line is fully correlated. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. you came to this video, you saw who's on the cover sheet. So we're looking for Avalanche onslaught and Avalanche domination, and most importantly, to comfortably do it, we're looking for a at minimum 5-goal. And at home, we already know how the Avalanche can be at home, so we're looking for a 5-goal, 6-goal, maybe even 7-goal performance in their last few games at home. If we could take a look at some of their, besides them scoring in general, because the Avs did have a lot of home games going into the break and then had 2 more post break. So when it comes to their last few home games, just a couple days ago, 5-1 against Jersey. Before that, I mean, Philly knows how to grunge it up. It feels like haven't been home much. Like I said, they had 3 before the break and 2 post break. So we go back. Philly only 2-0, St. Louis 5-0, and then they had quite a bit of a road trip from mid January going into the break, and then of course they had a nice homestand during the beginning of the new year. At home they went on that homestand about 2-3, but in those goal scorers they have a 3-2 against the Rangers, 4-3 against Edmonton, 6-3 Dallas, lost 3-1, lost 3-2, lost. Oh, and then that was the last one, Winnipeg. So they do have the tendencies to pretty much blow up at home, which we all know it's pretty much what they do. In the Jersey game, I think if I'm not mistaken, we had MacKinnon with 3 points. Necas had 3 points with the 3 assists. And then the last blow-up game at home before that, home against the Blues. This is way before the break. Like I said, they had a lot of road games before that. I think we had, home against St. Louis in a 5-zip shutout. We had on the top line in that one, MacKinnon 4 shots. He only had an assist. Necas had a point, and that was a Jonathan Drouin game. 2 goals, 1 assist. So, but they do have the tendency to just power it up. And then obviously in that game there was 2 power plays. So, the power plays are options, but not much value there. But just for the hell of it, you might want to do it. But that's the preview for that Minnesota at Colorado game. Like I said, we're just looking at the overpowering of the top line. We're pretty much taking the same strategy and combinations that I would take on certain Nashville games that I've been able to take advantage of. Certain New Jersey games. I'm pretty much I've done it a lot with when I think Jersey has a great matchup. When I go with Bratton Hughes, I'm looking at Bratton Hughes like MacKinnon and Necas in this matchup. So thank you for tuning in. Later today will be NASCAR for the COTA race, the Echo Park Auto Grand Prix COTA 2025. I'll give you my top picks and FanDuel preview on DFS. I extend the video a bit, changing up the format. Like I said, it's a new series, so I'll be changing up the format a bit. It won't be just talking about betting. It'll be a bit of DFS, but still focused on betting mostly. But once again, thank you for tuning in. This is Grade A Fantasy, signing off.